watch where he catches this and look at his body positioning, and he has to pull that back around under his feet.
Navigate fight night, key moments, replay the rounds in action. You want to see again and again.
Into the water for the final time. He's won the race to go along with a championship.
Absolutely magnificent. What a strike that is.
The following programme is recommended for those 16 and over, as it contains sporting violence, possible bad language and flashing imagery.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome. From the four corners of the world, to the four corners of this ring, the fight starts now! How do you like it?
Off the shoulder.
So aggressive, so focused.
Look at these two guys.
Still the undisputed champion of the world!
Good morning and good evening from Las Vegas, steeped in boxing history and where Conor Benn's dad Nigel defended his world middleweight title 3 decades and more ago in blistering style before Conor was even born. And just down the strip from there, here at the Cosmopolitan, it's Conor's chance to make an impact here this evening in a venue where the likes of Jesse Vargas, who's with us later today, and Andy Lee won world title fights. It's world title ambitions for Conor Benn and others on the fight card here tonight on DAZN. The main card topped by Conor Benn against the unbeaten New Yorker Peter Dobson. The chief support features the middleweight prospect Amo Williams against the late replacement Armel Mbumbayasa. Then it's heavyweight action. Just before that, Johnny Fisher looking to build on his unbeaten record against the Ukrainian Dmitro Besus. And we get underway on the main card in just under an hour's time with the light heavyweight prospect Carlil Coe against the Mexican knockout artist Gerardo Osuna. Here on Before the Bell, 2 middleweight prospects, beginning with Jimmy Sains against Alejandro Avalos. That one over 4 rounds, and over 6 rounds it's George Liddard against the man from California, Andrew Buchanan. Busy schedule coming up then, so let's get it all underway by joining our man in the ring there, David Diamante.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome to the Cosmopolitan of Las Vegas, Nevada, USA, for a big night of world-class professional boxing. We begin tonight with a 4-round middleweight affair, set to make his ring walk, Alejandro Avalos.
Well, just as it's a big night and a big morning here in Las Vegas for the middleweight prospects, George Liddard and first Jimmy Sains, so it's a chance for Alejandro Avalos as well. A man whose professional career only 3 fights old, and he won for the first time last time out. Has boxed above the light heavyweight poundage. Today, though, in a middleweight contest. And here to provide a test for 23-year-old Jimmy Sains. Here in the Cosmopolitan Hotel, the Chelsea Ballroom, scene of many a big fight night down the years here in Las Vegas, and just down the strip from where Nigel Benn produced that devastating performance against Iran Barkley back in 1990.
And now entering the arena, the undefeated Jimmy Sains.
What an opportunity this has been for Jimmy Sains, not just here tonight, where of course he's got to get it right to build on his unbeaten record in this, the early part of his career. His supporters over from London and Essex back in the UK. Jimmy's been out in this part of the world alongside his gym mates, who were here not just for tonight but to support John Ryder ahead of his fight against Jaime Munguia, which we saw on DAZN last week. So a huge character-building, career-building experience this for Jimmy Sains at such an early point in his career. This his third fight tonight after only 4 months in the professional ranks.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, good evening and welcome to the entertainment capital of the world, Las Vegas, Nevada, USA. We are live on DAZN for a big evening, big day of world-class professional boxing. It's all being brought to you courtesy of Mr. Eddie Hearn of Matchroom Boxing. We're sponsored tonight by Bet Online, Stagefront, Everlast, and the Cosmopolitan of Las Vegas. All of today's bouts are sanctioned under the auspices of the Nevada State Athletic Commission. The chairman is Dallas Hong. The executive director is Jeff Mullen. Introducing your 3 judges scoring our first contest from ringside. From Nevada, Eric Cheek. Also from Nevada, Lisa Jampa. And from Connecticut, Don Trella. And at the sound of the bell, your third man in the ring, referee Alan Huggins. And now, ladies and gentlemen, 4 rounds of boxing scheduled in the middleweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, he wears the red trunks. He scaled 161 1/2 pounds. His professional record, 1 victory against 2 defeats. He fights out of San Antonio, Texas. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Alejandro Avalos. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner. He wears dark green with gold trim, and he scaled at already 165.4 pounds. Professional record, thus far perfect. 2 fights, 2 victories. Both of those victories came by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here's the 4-time national champion and the GB Elite 3 Nations champion, proudly fighting out of Brentwood, Essex, England, Jimmy Sains.
Okay, gentlemen, you've both been given your instructions, so obey my command at all times. Protect yourselves at all times. Anything from here on up is good. From here on up is good. Touch gloves. Let's go.
Early action then as London and Essex come to Las Vegas with George Liddard next, and on the main DAZN card, Johnny Fisher and of course Conor Benn at the top of the bill, and here Jimmy Sains against an aggressive, in the early stages at least, Alejandro Avalos. This the 3rd professional outing of Jimmy Sains. What an experience it's been so far, and now looking to build on that with an impressive performance here. He's looking for the big right hand against the wild-looking Alejandro Avalos. Darren Barker alongside me, former world middleweight champion. Lively start, Darren, from the man from San Antonio in Texas.
Yeah, indeed, Mike. I've seen it before. He's tough, he's game. He'll plough forward, he'll look to let his hands go at every opportunity. not afraid to take a shot to land one himself. Jimmy's looked good. He's strong, he's aggressive, well schooled, has a lovely jab, doesn't waste much, and has that fire in his eye, Mike.
Yeah, the jabs worked well so far. A couple of attempts by Jimmy to just lean back and make Avalos miss with his attacks and then counter, as he was trying there. Not quite got his timing just yet, Sains. But that's better from the centre of the ring, holding his ground and finding his accuracy gradually.
Yeah, you do that, Mike. I think the jab is so important to establish a timing in your distance. And I don't mind this from Jimmy Sains. He's going to look to impress, and I expect him to let his hands go. He will settle down as this contest goes along. I'd like to see him feint a little more as well, draw out that lead from Avalos, because he's looking to let his hands go every opportunity he can do. That's a lovely right hand.
That was a move that Sains was working on earlier in the round, timed it better there as we head towards the final minute of the first round, and Sains goes for that big right hand over the top.
That was lovely work, Mike. The 1-2 left hook to the body. Beautiful work. He's hurt Avalos.
Impressive work from Sains here, varying the trajectory, body to head and then back again.
He really does punch with both hands. Tony Sims told me this. Big punch and good variation again.
Avalos down, and the referee, Alan Huggins, taking up the count here with half a minute still to go in the opening round. Well, Jimmy's got stoppages in the second and third round in his 2 professional fights so far. Can he finish this one inside the opening 3 minutes? The body shots are definitely big one, and he follows up to the head, and surely the referee will wave it off, and he does. Inside the first 3 minutes, a blistering start by Jimmy Sains. Avalos out of shot, needing attention, but gradually getting to his knees, and there's a stool being brought into the ring. Jimmy Sains just took a minute or so to really find his range, to make Avalos miss and then make him pay, and certainly he did. And look at the damage that's been inflicted inside around 2 minutes and 45 seconds or so of the opening round.
Wow, that was a thunderous right hand. You see now the guard very loose from Avalos, and you can see the damage straight away. Eyes roll in, the head rolls right back. I don't like seeing opponents' heads bounce off the canvas, but that's exactly what that right hand done to Avalos. It was a huge shot from Jimmy Sains, looking so powerful before the actual shot itself. The variation was good to the body, but that right hand was on the button. Huge shot. I'll tell you now, there's not going to be many middleweights that will be able to stand to that sort of punch power. Big victory for Jimmy Sains.
4 times national champion as an amateur was Jimmy Sains, and now 3 fights unbeaten, all 3 of them inside the distance. Tony Sims in the corner there. Busy night for him. George Liddard up next, and then Conor Benn at the top of the bill. So no mid-morning blues for Jimmy Sains, getting the action underway here at just after 11 o'clock in the morning, Vegas time. But as I said earlier, he's been here for some time with gym mates from that Tony Sims gym. Let's get the official time now from David Diamante.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Alan Huggins calls a halt to this contest. The official time of the stoppage, 2 minutes and 47 seconds of round number 1, declaring your winner by knockout. He's still undefeated, Jimmy Sains.
So 3 straight for Jimmy Sains in his professional career. And that one, in a way, completes the set. First round, second round, and third round so far in his professional career. And Jamie Ward there, you can see in the ring, waiting to talk to Jimmy.
Jim, bring him in, mate. Come on. Come on.
Jimmy Sains. Great to see the respect there, as always. Congratulations, 3-0, 3 KOs. You said to me at Media Day this week, you've had 2 stoppages. You've not had an emphatic knockout. Safe to say you got that tonight.
Yeah, to be honest, that was a knockout, but I'm still not too happy with that. I wanted a clean-cut knockout, but it was a knockout. I'll have to watch it back properly. But like I said, 2 stoppages, and that was an actual knockout, so I'm happy, yeah. I got the win, which is the main thing.
You wanted to be relaxed. It was certainly at a fast pace, wasn't it? You didn't have to go looking for Avalos in there, and that's what it's come to be expected, isn't it, when you come over to the States? It's a different breeding ground over here. What can you take from those, just under around there?
Well, the sparring I've had at the minute has been, that's what I've had. I've had Mexicans right at me, and he was just the same again, so I was just trying to tuck up. I could see his chin was right in the air, so I was just trying to tuck up and wait for that perfect moment, and landed at the end of the first round.
And it's a little after 11 a.m. local time here. I was with your family having breakfast in the buffet at the MGM ground this morning. They were very nervous. You've certainly put those nerves to bed this afternoon, but how have you enjoyed this whole experience for you, Jimmy, in just professional fight week number 3?
To be honest, it don't feel real. It don't feel real that I'm here. Trying to take it all in, but it's a great venue, great opportunity. Big thanks to the main man, Eddie. Also, big thanks to Tony as well for putting me on the card. Not many people, 3-0, can say they went 3-0 in Vegas. So I'm very, very happy. I'm over the moon, to be honest, yeah.
Let's bring in promoter Eddie Hearn as well. Eddie, what is there to like about young Jimmy Sains based on what we've seen, not just in the first 2 fights, but especially tonight?
I mean, certainly the humbleness. I mean, I don't know how cleaner he wants a knockout. That was, you know, a devastating knockout and a hell of a way to make a statement on your American debut as well. The learning curve of not just being in here tonight, but the last 4 or 5 weeks out training at the Matchroom Gym in Los Angeles, you know, fight week in Las Vegas, that's what's really going to give him the experience to build as a fighter. You know, when you get an opponent in America, they're a different kind of breed. They come to win, and you saw that, and that's where Jimmy's going to look good. Still a little bit wild in the first round, as you expect, chin in the air sometimes. You know, that's an amateur fighter that's turning over, that's got to perfect his craft. But we know how heavy-handed he is, and now he's developing his man strength. You know, we were joking this week about the abs are coming through, the back's growing, he's doing great S&C work, and that's really what he's got to build on. You know, we know the boxing skills are there. We know Tony Sims is one of the best trainers in the world. We know Jimmy's dedication is second to none. It's all in front of him, really. You know, he's got the perfect road to walk. And if you're dedicated and you're good enough, he's going to get there. And that's what Jimmy Sains is going to do. And to come over here, you need showreel knockouts. You know, that is going to go viral already, that knockout. And you know, I want to thank everybody for coming over. Obviously, there's a lot of Romford Ball fans in the place. There's a lot of Brentwood and Hornchurch in the place as well. It's early, you know. That's what we need. We need that support. I'd love to jump him on the show at the O2 next week. We're not going to, but it's just we just got to keep him active. You know, 5, 6, 7 fights a year. Keep learning. Soon move up to 6 rounds. That's going to suit him better anyway. But just the perfect US debut. And as he said, you know, I said to Conor Benn early in the week, lucky boy to be out here. He didn't like that. He didn't like lucky. He said, I'm not lucky. I earn it. You know what Conor's like. He wants to fight you all the time. But we're all lucky. We're all lucky to be here. He's worked hard to be here, but the opportunities that are presented in front of him, he mustn't waste. And I know he's the type of kid that won't waste it. So he's got everything in front of him to go as far as he can in the game. And I believe he's going to go all the way.
Just final one from you, Jimmy. I know you're a very tight-knit group in the Matchroom Gym over in Essex in the UK. George Liddard in this ring next and Conor Benn in the main event, of course. How's he been looking and how confident are you this will be a memorable night for the Essex boys?
Well, we've had a fantastic camp over here in America. LA and now Vegas. I mean, all of us are in best shape. We're all looking great in the gym, all sparring well. The sparring out here has been amazing. So I reckon George is in next. He's going to do the same as me. And I feel like Conor's going to get an early KO as well. So we're all going to be going back to England happy.
Jimmy Sains, congratulations, 3-0. What a way to make a statement on your US debut. Well done.
You only have 2 options. Either run with us or run from us.
So many great matchups on this night.
Oh, it's gone in.
Let battle commence.
My goodness, what a knockout.
Jake Paul can have a very bright future in the PFL.
What a strike.
This is the zone, and there's plenty more miles to go before we sleep.
Well, I was down by the Mandalay Bay Hotel, and just next door is the Allegiant Stadium, where the NFL Championship game, the Super Bowl, takes place in just over a week's time between the Chiefs and the 49ers here in Las Vegas. And you can watch that on DAZN with the NFL Game Pass International. Here tonight in Vegas, though, headlining the show, Conor Benn against a confident, unbeaten opponent in the New Yorker, Peter Dobson.
I don't know too much about him. I let my trainer focus on my opponents. I don't really focus on what they do. I focus on what I'm good at and what I can do, because I believe whatever I can do is better than what they can do anyway.
You know, every opponent's dangerous. We're obviously going into his country. But, you know, Conor's at this stage in his career now where, you know, he believes that he can beat anyone on the world stage. And, like, Peter Dobson's just really another obstacle in his way and, you know, get the job done and then just move on to bigger fights, really.
These fights, for me, are the nerve-wracking fights because these are the fights you can't afford to make a mistake. So I always perform better under pressure, so I put that pressure on myself. He's fighting for his life. When I say I'm the most dangerous man at 147, I'm that guy.
I feel like I should be one of the biggest fighters in the world, and I'm not. And my skill level and my talent and all the time I've put into this sport, I haven't reached where I know I should be, and it's like I'm closer to it now. You haven't seen my best because every time I've been put in a situation like this, like where I'm fighting on the B side or I'm fighting the favorite, it's never on TV. It's always kept off TV. So now it's going to be on TV. A lot of people like Conor Benn, so a lot of people are going to tune in, and they're going to see how good I am. It's about time, you know. I'm like a old landmine. I've been waiting to blow up for a long time. It's my time now. I feel like this 2024 is going to be a big year, you know. I've been grinding behind the scenes for so many years, so people are gonna see me come out of nowhere, but it's really a lot of years been put into this, you know? I'm gonna show y'all what a real boxer looks like against a bum, you know? Everybody got a first round, maybe a second round. See after that, and I'll punish him. Right now, this is it. This is where I make my name from here. It goes on to the millions, to the belts, to everything. He's the only one standing in my way of that right now. And I'm looking at him like a stepping stone.
So Conor Benn and Peter Dobson sounding so confident, and they've carried that assured aura all the way here into fight week here in Las Vegas, striking just how confident they were at both the press conference and the weigh-in here during fight week. That's the main event on the main card. Here we complete the Before the Bell section with more middleweight action, and George Lidar continuing the early stages of his career. So let's get the formal introductions now from David.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, from the Cosmopolitan of Las Vegas, we're set to go with our next bout of the day. And it features two young undefeated fighters. It's a 6-round middleweight attraction. Set to make his ring walk, Andrew the Cannon Buchanan.
Andrew Buchanan, 27 years of age, from over in California. And we'll hear from David shortly how he brings to the ring a professional career which is 4 fights old, and in a sense he cleaned it up last time out when he outpointed the Mexican Freddy Gallaza because he'd been held to a draw by the same opponent 2 months earlier. Been a pro for 2 years, and will he be the man to unset the impressive progress so far of young George Lidar?
And now entering the arena, the young undefeated fighter from Billericay, Essex, England, the Billericay Bomber, George Lidar.
Well, a mixture of his own fans and some of the Johnny Fisher Romford Bull Army greeting the appearance of...
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Cosmopolitan of Las Vegas, live on DAZN, we're set to go with our next bout of the evening, and it's all being brought to you courtesy of Mr. Eddie Hearn of Matchroom Boxing. We're sponsored by Bet Online, Stagefront, Everlast, and the Cosmopolitan of Las Vegas. Introducing your 3 judges scoring this contest from ringside. From California, Kermit Bayless. From Nevada, Chris Migliori. And also from Nevada, Dave Moretti. And at the sound of the bell, your third man in the ring, referee Robert Poyle. And now, ladies and gentlemen, 6 rounds of boxing scheduled in the middleweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the solid black trunks. He scaled 164 1/4 pounds. He is undefeated in his young campaign as a professional with a record of 3 victories, no defeats, 1 draw, and 2 wins coming by way of knockout. He fights out of Hesperia, California. Please welcome Andrew the Cannon Buchanan. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner. He wears the white with the silver tassels. He's scaled already 162 1/2 pounds. His professional record thus far perfect, 5 fights, 5 victories, with 3 of them coming by way of knockout. Here is the 4-time amateur national champion, fighting out of Billericay, Essex, England. Here is the Billericay bomber, George Liddard.
Okay, I went over my expectations in the dressing room. Any punches on this belt line will be fair. Anything below that is low. Anything here is fair, anything below is low. Touch them up, scoot back.
So George Liddard in the far corner there, top of the screen, at just 21. Looking to impress in the way that Jimmy Sains has just done inside the opening round. This then the first of 6. George Liddard against the Californian Andrew Buchanan. Undefeated in his 2-year professional career so far. Alongside me once again, as we conclude the action on Before the Bell, the former world middleweight champion, Darren Barker.
I've been impressed with George Liddard. Mike, very good fighter, well schooled. He's composed, he's relaxed. Similar to Jimmy Sains, he doesn't waste much. Looking for the counter right hand there. But Buchanan in the other corner, he's tricky. He can move on the back foot, he can spring into life on the front foot. He's a bag of tricks. Like you mentioned, Mike, he's unbeaten, doesn't know how to lose.
Just a bit of apprehension in the American's punches, though, Darren. Clearly already wary of what's coming back at him.
Yeah. Buchanan in the past, what I've seen from him, he does like to move around the ring. Gets into a bit of a rhythm as the fight goes on, but this is good work from Liddard. Good variation, working the body well, working that left hook back upstairs. He's seen at times the right hand of Buchanan's does leave the side of his face, so he's open to the left hook, and you can see Liddard looking for that shot once again.
As was the case with Jimmy Sains, strong left-hand lead from Liddard, and the variety is also impressive. Halfway stage of the opener.
Yeah, the variation, as you say, there, the right hand to head, to body. The left hook, the jab, is not just to the head, it's to the chest. Just keeping Buchanan thinking all the time. Good work.
Hear that right hand pounding into the body of Buchanan. Has to be said, the American took it well, and happy to stand his ground here in the centre of the ring, having drifted off to the ropes in the early stages.
Yeah, Buchanan just drifting slightly to his left, and that will allow Liddard to find that right hand. At times when he throws the jab, Buchanan, it does come a little low, so if he's gliding to his left as he is there, he'll walk onto that right hand. I don't think it'd be long. There you go, Liddard looking for the shot. Good work. difference in hand speed as well, Mike. Every time Buchanan lets his hands go, you can see Liddard straight away looking for the counter. That kind of stops Buchanan wanting to let his hands go, fear of getting countered. So he's going to have to try something different here, and he does. Buchanan tries to jump in with a long left hook right hand, but back comes Liddard with his own right hand.
Good finish to the opener by George Liddard with that pinpoint right hand over the top, set up by a very, very smart jab.
Because the double jab's good, because what he does is he leans back. So you go double jab right hand, and then you touch with the jab and whip that right hand around the body, yeah? Keep looking at his body because he's flexing down there. The right hand landing up.
Yeah, it was a nice, composed, relaxed start from Liddard. You see, just missing with the counter right hand. That was actually a nice right hand back from Buchanan, but I like the variation. We mentioned that word a couple of times in that opening round from Liddard. Has every shot in his arsenal. He'll throw the right to the body, to the head, the hooks, upstairs, downstairs, and it's the defense afterwards. Good opening round from Liddard.
And the advice from Tony Sims in the corner, a busy man tonight, was to double up on that jab, as Buchanan tends to lean back, and that would give Liddard then the opportunity to ping the right hand over the top.
Yeah, again, this is that movement from Buchanan. He needs to vary the movement, both sides. He's constantly moving to his left. And again, I've said it in the opening round, that will allow Liddard to find the right hand after that double jab that Tony Sims has asked for. To try and get into some rhythm. Well, it's a right hand that seems to take the legs a little bit, Mike, from Buchanan.
Buchanan covers up as he backs off, and now Liddard closing down the Californian.
Needs to cut the ring down slightly as well, Liddard. Just following Buchanan around the ring slightly. Just needs to bring that right foot across just to pin the Californian into the corner. That will also allow him to find the right hand a little easier, just bringing that right foot across.
And the pedigree of George Liddard evident here. Amateur background back in the UK, 4 times national amateur champion, and in particular the left-hand jab is so solid. It's a much better shot than that, the equivalent from the American.
Yeah, it's a really good shot, and it's the variation, like you said, Mike. Not only a straight shot to head or body, but it'll also turn the left hook into a really long shot. He gets around that right hand of Buchanan. Good work again. It's just the difference in speed as well from the two.
5 fights as a pro so far for George Liddard. The first 3 of them ended inside the distance. The last couple have gone the distance over 6 rounds, tonight's distance.
Yeah, it looks as if he's enjoying himself in there, Liddard. 2 good right hands, just moving out of range slightly there, Buchanan, taking the sting out of the shot, but he's under not the fastest pace, you could say, from Liddard, but there's a constant pressure on that front foot from the Essex man. Looking strong as well, bullying Buchanan.
And most of the work of the American geared towards damage limitation at this stage, closing stage of the 2nd round.
10 seconds.
What you're seeing there from Buchanan, he's almost wary, bringing the feet in, because that right hand's coming over the jab every single time. Another good round for George Liddard.
Because what you're doing, you're going like double jab right hand, and then you're just walking after him like that. You go double jab right hand, close in once he's to the right.
Yeah, another good round. And it's that jab that's getting countered every time from Buchanan with the right hand over the top. And that was the one that I felt, and you can see it there. It landed high, and the legs slightly did a little dance, heads coming close together there, but it was another round where this man was under the cosh from the pressure of George Liddard.
If you don't start hitting his body, man, you're not going to slow him down. We got to throw punches.
Round 3.
And just to pick up on what you were saying at the end of the previous round, Darren, about the apparent reluctance of Buchanan to step in, and there in his corner they're saying you've got to start throwing punches, but there is trepidation in the work of the American because of the power and the variety of what's coming back at him. Tony Sims in the corner telling Liddard to stay in range once he's landed.
And having been with Tony for 10 years as a professional fighter, he drums into all of his fighters the importance of hand speed, and you're seeing the difference here between these two fighters and the damage that it does do, Mike. Every time Buchanan lets his hands go, he's countered by a big right hand or a left hook. 21 years old, Liddard, looking very strong, physically getting stronger all the time.
And this will turn into a test, indeed already is, of a gutsy American, but this a test of his durability as we head towards the halfway stage of the third round, and in turn the halfway stage of the contest as a whole. The last two have gone the full 6 rounds for George Liddard. Can he step up the pace here now and produce another impressive inside the distance win?
Yeah, working the body well. Again, really has a knack of getting that left hand round the right elbow of Buchanan. Lovely jab again, and that just sets up everything else. You see the right hand just missing there, but he's in range. And again, just taking the power out of the shots, just varying up. But this is better from Buchanan, trying to get into the fight. I do feel he'd probably be better off getting close, Mike, but it's a dangerous.
Just connected with a solid right hand there, did Buchanan. And this a test within a test, Darren, that Liddard doesn't allow Buchanan to grow in confidence.
Exactly, he's got to stay in charge, continue to be the boss when it comes to everything, the pace of this contest and where he's positioned in the ring. There's that right hand again. Had an opportunity to throw the left to the body afterwards, Liddard. Yeah, you're just seeing the speed of foot as well. It's not just the speed of hand, Mike. The way he just quickly took his feet out of range as Buchanan looked to land the 1-2. Credit to the American. He's had some decent shots, some heavy shots from Liddard. He's still there, but completely second best at the minute.
You're like an heavyweight moving around. Look, double jab right hand closing.
You ever seen the variation again from Liddard, working that right to the body, then following upstairs with the left hook, keeping Buchanan guessing all the time, confusing the American. Here, Tony Sims in the corner saying you're just a little heavy on your feet, get on your toes a bit more, and that will allow you to spring into range quicker. Seeing that right hand doing damage to the body once more.
Stairs. If you don't start putting pressure on him, he's too confident. Let's go.
Well, listening to the corner of Buchanan, this is about much more than just lasting the distance. They genuinely think that he's got a chance here, but 3 solid rounds for George Liddard. What can he build on that now in terms of moving towards a stoppage in the second half of the fight? Again, Buchanan covering up well on the ropes.
Yeah, look, they're trying to get him going in the Buchanan corner, but I agree with them as well. He needs to try and let his hands go. Try and ask some questions of Liddard. But it is, again, the difference in speed of hand and foot, that every time he throws Buchanan, he's countered with the right hand. Liddard trying to get on those toes a little bit more, listening to Tony Sims, trying to spring into range a little quicker. Again, just needs to get the right foot across, Mike. Don't like it when he's following Buchanan around the ring. Needs to pin Buchanan into the corner or onto the ropes. And you do that by just getting your foot across.
And so denying the American that space to escape.
Yeah, if he was to give, aside from his toughness, Buchanan any credit, he can move predominantly to his left, but he can be nimble when he needs to be, so he needs to match that Liddard. But working again well to head and body.
Still, Buchanan attempting to make Liddard miss and then make him pay, and that ambition from the American might actually work in Liddard's favour, present more opportunities, more openings.
I'd like to see some more jabs to the body as well from Liddard. Try and set that right hand upstairs. That was a nice left hook from Liddard.
And that followed a lovely, solid right hand to the body.
Hold him, don't hold him. Let him out, work him, get out.
Yeah, like I was saying, that stiff jab to the body. Drop the hands of Buchanan and look for the right hand over the top. That's better from Buchanan. Needs to go again, needs to work again. 2 shots at this stage of this fight is not enough. Needs to up his tempo. Oh, lovely left to the body.
10 seconds.
Buchanan covering up well again at the end of the 4th round, but another solid round for Liddard.
That's what I want to see there. All right, stick. Down. Hey, don't keep fucking jelly what you're doing. You just got to do it. Yeah. Keep moaning. Go and do it. Throw the left hook after the right hand. Oh, cut. Right? No, you don't cut. George. As you throw that right hand, don't matter if you miss, come back with the left hook. All right? Yeah. And you keep throwing that shot there, you can see it coming, you've got to straighten it up. So let's go in there, put plenty of Zales on in this round. Okay. Bang, right hand underneath, left hook over the top, yeah? Yeah. When you get inside of him, don't keep going that side, come this side, left hook to the body, left hook to the head, yeah? Okay. Right? You're twice as strong as this kid, he ain't got no strength, he's not even coming forward, George. Keep the pressure on him, yeah? Keep putting that left hook in after the right hand.
Show me something, okay? Show me something. Here we go.
So little in the way of sympathy from Tony Sims in the corner. Don't moan about it, just get on with it and do it, was the instruction there. And that nick just beneath the right eye of Liddard, evidence that Buchanan has had some, albeit sporadic, success. And there he fires the right hand, the American, to try and catch Liddard unawares at the end of Liddard's most recent attack. Right hand to the body, left hook to the head was what was asked for by Sims, and that landed solidly at least once in the previous round for Liddard.
Yeah, and he's up the tempo here at the start of this 5th round. Liddard really getting to work. And that one jab upstairs, the right hand to the body, followed by the left hook. We call it the Tony Zhao in the Tony Sims gym, and yeah, definitely the right combination there. Nice right uppercut though from Buchanan inside. Really trying to rally him on in the Buchanan corner. Pressure. And you start to see a little less movement now in this round from Buchanan, trying to hold his feet. Will he let his hands go?
And as much as we talk about the whole experience of being here on the west coast of the United States and then moving into Vegas, later on this crew from the Tony Sims gym, and Jimmy Sains was talking about it as well. Priceless experience, but also in the ring here tonight now as we head into the second half of the fifth round. This has been a busy night for Lidard, thrown a lot of punches. This good for his conditioning as he builds in terms of the number of rounds that he'll be travelling later on in his career.
Yeah, this is a much better response from Buchanan here. Starting to get close and starting to let his hands go. He's missing with a lot, but better intent. But yeah, as you mentioned there, what a great experience for these youngsters, Jimmy Sains, George Lidard, spar, travel to different gyms on the west coast of the US, fight in Vegas. It's what dreams are made of, and you see it with Jimmy Sains, really eager to impress, and you're seeing it here with George Lidard. But I must say, this is better from Buchanan.
And when you consider, Darren, and in the opening half a minute or so, when he went on to the back foot, it looked as though he wasn't the keenest, but certainly he's held his own without really troubling Lidard at any stage.
He's been learning a lot in here, Lidard. Body language was very good early. It still is, don't get me wrong, but it has allowed Buchanan to slightly creep forward. But like I say, we'll learn an awful lot from this. I have to give the American a lot of credit here, but finishing the round strong, Lidard. Lovely right hand, beautiful shot over that lead left hand of Buchanan.
Last round, George, right? Last round.
It's a lovely long left hook, just missed with the actual shot and the right hand that followed after, but it was the right idea. Like I said before, the lead hand, sorry, the right hand of Buchanan does come low, but that was that beautiful uppercut that he landed early in the round. It was a beautiful shot, but there's that right hand. Regained and found the distance and the accuracy with that shot. A little scrappy at times, and there was a good response from Buchanan in that fifth round. Sets up a nice sixth round.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the sixth and final round.
Into the sixth round we go, and it might not have looked like getting this far in the early stages of the opening round, but credit to Buchanan. He's taken some decent shots from Lidard, as he did again there, but has stood his ground and has thrown plenty back to make Lidard work for this victory.
Yeah, there was that jab and the jab to the body and the right hand upstairs straight away at the start of this sixth round, and I'd like to have seen a bit more of that in the contest, but good pressure on the front foot from Lidard in this sixth round. There's that right uppercut again from Buchanan, though. Needs to watch out for that. Needs to close up the elbows a bit more, Lidard.
Plenty to learn from watching this back for Lidard in terms of what he won't get away with as he moves up in grade. Still only 21, though. This is his sixth professional contest since turning over 14 months ago.
Needs to throw that to the body first, that left hook. Just telegraphed the shot that allowed Buchanan to avoid the left hook, to just work to the body first. Again, the American now just trying to creep forward, but Lidard making him pay when he misses.
Darren, as we go into the second half of this final round, the work rate of Lidard has just dropped.
It has dipped. Been a busy couple of weeks for these guys, maybe just feeling it slightly. Put a lot of work into the early rounds.
Also having to adapt to boxing at what it is here, just before midday now, Vegas time.
Yeah, there's also that strange to be sat here commentating at this time, let alone fighting at this time, so you can understand if he is slightly tired or fatigued in there. It'll be nothing to do with the conditioning, as they train so hard in that gym. But I think learning fight is the best way to describe this. Levels above Buchanan, but certain things he could have done. Lots that he done really, really well, and an awful lot to work with.
Jimmy Sains and George Liddard, additions to a buzzing domestic middleweight scene. Nathan Heaney, the British champion, Tyler Denny, recent winner of the European title, and next week Hamza Shiraz defends his Commonwealth title against Liam Williams. A way to go before Liddard and Sains reach those levels, but a buzz of excitement around them all the same, and much to be learned here tonight from this experience for George Liddard, and not just about tonight, but about the whole Las Vegas and Los Angeles experience over the past month or so.
I know he started the fight really well there, Liddard, but that last 20 seconds was the best 20 seconds of the contest for Liddard. He was relaxed, he was accurate, he was picking the shots, it was a smooth rhythm. And like I say, I think learning fight is the best way to describe this. Started really well, he's won the fight comfortably, but he was in there with an unbeaten fighter, a tricky fighter at times. He's tried to grow into the contest, especially in the 5th round. But you're seeing the difference in class, the speed, accuracy from Liddard. Like I say, an awful lot to work with for Tony Sims. Well-grounded, really good work effort in the gym. They'd be thrilled, Mike, that he's fought in Vegas. He's going to get his arm raised, and what a great experience.
Four-time national amateur champion, been in the professional ranks for just over a year now. And this all part of a busy night for Tony Sims there in the corner with cutman Mark Seltzer. Top of the bill when the main DAZN card gets underway. Conor Benn against the unbeaten New Yorker Peter Dobson. Let's get the scores now from David Diamont.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 rounds of boxing here at the Cosmopolitan of Las Vegas, we go to the judges' score totals, and they read as follows. Kermit Bayless, Chris Migliori, and Dave Moretti all score this bout identically, 60-54 for your winner by unanimous decision. He's still undefeated, the Billericay Bomber, George Liddard.
So 6 rounders in this part of the world scored by 3 judges, and all 3 of them giving all 6 rounds to George Liddard, the 21-year-old from Billericay in Essex. And here making it 6 fights unbeaten in the professional ranks. And now the last 3 of them have gone all the way. Let's get the verdict now from George Liddard, who's up there with Jamie Ward in the ring.
George, congratulations, 6-0, 6 rounds banked for the 3rd time as well. It's all learning. How would you break down what we've just seen through those 18 minutes in this ring today?
Yeah, I got the win. Beat an undefeated lad, so over here for my first time in America. Definitely poses, you know, different problems, like challenges that you got to get over. I had a good camp in LA, so trained the best I could have, 100%. And yeah, I got the win. So.
Andrew Buchanan, your first unbeaten opponent through 6. Where do you position him in terms of tests and puzzles you've been faced with so far in this journey?
Yeah, it was tough, you know. He took a good shot. That's all there was really. He was all right, but that's about it.
You walked out to Viva Las Vegas. You have the Elvis-themed shorts on that you told me about during the week as well. Jimmy described it as surreal. I know in terms of a whole experience, I think you'll go back and watch that back and take a lot of positives with it to watch back with Tony, but how do you assess the whole week you've had?
Oh no, I'm extremely grateful for the opportunity, you know, from Matchroom, from Eddie, from my management team for putting me on this card. You know, I'm Conor on the main event, so 3 of us on one card, Johnny Fisher as well from Essex. What an opportunity. Yeah, exactly. Listen, all the Essex lot are getting behind us all tonight, and I'm very grateful for all of you for, you know, spending your money and coming out here. It means a hell of a lot.
Ed, we've got time for a quick one. Good learning rounds tonight for George Liddard.
Yeah, he'll feel a little bit disappointed that he didn't get the opponent out there. It was a strong game opponent, undefeated. A little bit flat at times. Sometimes these training camps, you know, 7-8 weeks, they've been in Los Angeles, they've been doing the big mountain runs. They train like championship fighters, so just got to get that peak moment right. But the learning experience, you know, good performance, easy victory against a good game opponent, he'll learn a lot from that. You know, he's a fit, strong boy. Got to be a little bit sharper on the inside at times as well, but a good shutout performance, great experience, and roll on for a big 2024.
George Liddard, congratulations, 6-0, and well done.
Thank you, Jamie. So that concludes the action on Before the Bell. 2 middleweights and 2 wins. Jimmy Sains inside the distance, and George Liddard taking the 6-round distance. So on the main DAZN fight card, Khalil Ko gets us underway, the light heavyweight prospect against Gerardo Osuna. Johnny Fisher continues his heavyweight education after that. It's the middleweight prospect Amo Williams in the chief support, and then it's topped by Conor Benn against the unbeaten New Yorker Peter Dobson.
This is exactly where I need to be. This is what I do.
A sensational finish for Conor Benn.
I'm the destroyer. Regardless of opponent, I'm on another level. That's seek and destroy. February 3rd, the entire division will be on notice.